you so much to everyone who's tuning in to join us live here at the Expo. We're in Vegas. We're at reInvent 2024, and you're here joining us. So thank you for being here. My name is Fiona McCann. I am a solutions architect at AWS. I'm in the public sector. I work with nonprofits, and I also get to work with my wonderful co-host, AM. How are you doing, AM?
Wonderful. Wow. Yeah. Hey, I'm AM. I'm a dev advocate. Sorry we took so long getting back to you. I demanded that I make a spork.
It was
during the
so
break.
necessary. He just needed his spork.
Because everybody in chat was asking where the spork was. So I put these two together. Now we got a spork.
It's called innovation.
Yeah, that is pretty innovative.
It is, I would say so. And so we are going to be talking about another innovation, which is Gen AI. We're going to be talking about Q, and Q specifically for ISVs.
Yeah.
We do have a poll question for you all. So we're going to ask you this poll question now. At the end of this segment, you'll get to see what everyone's answers are. So our poll question is, how many different applications do you use on average? SaaS applications, we're talking SaaS, we're talking Zoom. How many applications are you using on purpose?
Yeah, productivity apps. What do you
Let us know. Very importantly, we have some fantastic guests with us today. If you wouldn't mind going ahead and introducing yourselves.
Hello, my name is Bobby Williams. I'm a solutions architect at AWS on Amazon Q Business. So nice to meet you all in the chat.
And they're saying hello. They're here. We got Rich too. Rich, please.
Sure. Hi, folks. My name is Rich Moore. I am a solution engineering leader at Miro. I'm excited to be here demoing it to you today.
Fantastic. All right, so we have you here because something was very recently launched.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's true.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I heard. That's what everyone's saying.
I heard a few whispers, yeah.
People were saying it.
There were some things.
Let's whisper it to the crowd. What was launched today?
So today we launched a new feature in Amazon Q Business aimed at folks who are building software. So if you're a software provider, maybe like Miro, and you wanted to utilize Amazon Q Business for your users, the new features in Amazon Q Business allow you to do that. So you can do things like take all of those cool things that Amazon Q Business does and put them with something that's facing your own users, so they can get interesting insights out of your data.
Right, so they're able to do all those amazing Q things. We're answering questions, we're generating content, we're getting tasks completed. Why is this going to help you at Miro?
So we've been on a journey to expand our generative AI capabilities, and bringing Q is actually going to allow our users to actually have more control over the data that they've got. So what's being generated, they'll actually be able to control the sources with Q, and doing that within a Miro canvas just makes more sense.
I'm wondering, are we going to get to see what this actually looks like? Do you have a demo for us?
We do.
Well, maybe we should dive on into it, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Go for it.
Sure.
Why not?
All right, we got your screen pulled up, and we're looking at Miro.
Excellent. Okay, so jumping into the demo, what we have is we've created a integration with Amazon Q. So what you're seeing here is obviously a Miro board. We've created a intelligent template, which is what you're seeing on the screen here.
Okay.
And this intelligent template, we've got sections in here with what is the problem that we're trying to solve, what do customers want, and in essence, an area where we've got external research coming in.
Okay.
So what we can do is actually launch the Q integration that we have. So if I just search Q,
There you are.
I launch it in the side menu, and I have basically this app now available to me. What I can do is then search that topic of interest. So in this case, I'm just going to say we're interested in creating a mobile app.
Okay.
I'm going to click Generate Insights, and literally in a matter of seconds, we're going to start seeing Q working to build out the content on the Miro board.
And Rich, can I pause you just for a second too? Just for anybody joining us in chat too, who may have never seen Miro before, can you tell us a little about what people use Miro to do?
I could definitely.
Please. I hope so.
Yeah.
He's like, I have no idea.
Yeah. So Miro today is being used by over 80 million users and it's covering lots of different use cases. Obviously, we're here today at AWS supporting AWS workloads and workflows. So teams doing migrations, for example. But you can build architecture on Miro. You can do project planning. You can do brainstorming. You can do all this workshops and generative AI aspects, bringing that all seamlessly into the canvas here, where we're really a platform that helps teams innovate and actually execute projects and the complex work.
I see. Okay, so all those complexities that come with managing projects and designing products, that's all on this Miro board. And what you're saying is that integrating with Q is actually going to help people to use it even better.
Exactly. So if you think about the modern enterprise stack today, we see that we're the connective tissue that's bringing in all of your enterprise stack to be able to allow you to have all of the insights in one place.
Got it.
So kind of what you're seeing, for example, in the board here is that running Q allows me to actually have all of that integrated data sources. So we could be pulling data from Miro boards, or it could be coming from other sources. So very quickly, you're able to actually go and filter all that data down.
All right, so what is it? It's saying what the problem is here. So what are we generating? What are we looking at?
So in this case, we just gave a simple prompt of
Creating a mobile
app. So what we've done is we've gone off and we've searched internally the data that we've allowed, obviously, our index to query.
Okay.
So obviously security is key here.
Right.
Yes.
And in this case, we've come back with these 3 sources of information, which we are then generating this output from. Now, we might find that we're picking up some bias by data that we've got within our tool stack. So what we can actually do is come in and actually select to remove that bias and say, well, actually, I don't want that sensitive information perhaps that you've got that you don't want out or to be used with this model. So what I can then do is actually just go regenerate, and it'll actually go off and regenerate all of this content for me with all of that context taken away. So it allows you to take that bias out.
Wow, that's cool.
There you go. Now it's created some new problem sets for you. Okay, so you mentioned something here where you said that this data that it's building the answer based upon, we get to have control over what access it's being provided. How is data secured so that people aren't accessing things that they shouldn't?
Yeah, so one thing about Q Business is that it gives you control over which users can see what data. So in the original data source, if Bobby can't access any of this information, and then I try to use the dashboard to generate it,
says
none
no,
of it will
Bobby.
show up. It'll say, no, you're not cool enough to have that stuff in
only
your
the cool
dashboard.
kids.
So it automatically imports any ACLs that you have in the original data source, and it does that kind of by magic, right? Because the intent of Amazon Q Business is to make it so that the generative AI capabilities, you can access them without having to have a huge technical lift.
And we asked the chat this poll question of how many applications are they using regularly. Why did we ask them that? And why is it sometimes important to get data from multiple applications?
Yeah, because that's a really good question for the audience, because a lot of times you'll find, like, if you scroll over to the right a little bit, you'll find that even building a mobile app, you may have stuff scattered across multiple different SaaS applications, right? Like, all of us use a lot during the day. Even today, I've used email, I've used the web browser, I've used chat, I've used whiteboards, and there's data all over the place, and it's really hard to find that information if you're looking for it through traditional means, right? I know somebody wrote this document, but I don't exactly remember where they saved it, so then you just kind of go manually. With something like Q Business and putting this interface in front of the users, you can get information from Miro as well as information from other data sources, like on here, he's got a document from Google Drive.
Very cool. I was going to ask you, Rich, and you may cover this later, so please tell me if you will. From the Miro perspective, right, integrating with Amazon Q Business, what did that save you? What did you not have to build now as Miro? What are you getting out of integrating with it?
I think for us, it's really about expanding the options for our customers.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of AI capabilities in these capabilities, such as sidekicks, which are AIs that can come on the board and augment the content that you've got and give you recommendations. This is really about expanding the offering to our customers to bring it in Amazon Q as an extra option. And it's basically allowing you to really, we see that there's all of these silos of data sitting in these different tools, and this is actually the difference that we're allowing you, thanks to Amazon Q and Miro, you can actually bring all of these tools together into one space and bring all the data out of those silos and bring it in to work on that.
And how important when managing a project, right? This is one of the most complex things. I'm not very good at managing projects. Luckily, there's someone on our team. I work on a team called AWS game day, we have a person who's very good at organization and very good at project management.
And that's not your thing?
It's not me.
Not you.
No. If it was, I don't think I would be here anymore.
It sounds like we have a tool that could maybe help you then.
It does. And the point that I'm driving at here is that, like, getting access across all of those different, because, I work in one area, another person on the team works in another area, and then joining that in is this person's purview, and coming up with a plan that, brings all of this information together. So this is really cool that you've made it just super easy through this integration with Q Business. I love that.
Yeah.
Did we cut you off? Was there more you wanted to show us in this demo here?
I think this highlighted it from this demo.
Well,
Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to say is, just to kind of go back to the point that you were making before, it's really important, I think, when we're talking about making people more efficient at what they're doing and whatnot, is that helping people do more things in the place that they're in, right? So if you're in the whiteboard, do more things there than just what the native capabilities let you do. So having access to data across the different data sources where those things might reside helps you be more efficient. Because you don't have to bounce all over the place. I needed to send an email, so now I have to go into that app. And now I need to send a text message, so I'm going to go into that app. Oh, now I need to put that on the board, so I go back to the one that I started in. Right, so helping unlock that freedom of being more expressive, kind of get into the flow a little bit sooner in the app that you're in, instead of having the breaking going all over the place.
And like I said, there's we just experienced this firsthand. My team has 4 large 4-hour sessions that we do here at, where are we again? Oh, reInvent.
That's the one.
That's where we're at. Hey, we finally arrived, and we were planning it since February for our team. So it's been a while, and it's been a huge project, and getting access to all of those different silos of data. Hey, this is a Word doc somewhere stored over there, and this is a other thing, and having that all in one place would have been
helpful.
I don't know, amazing. So having that all in one place in Miro sounds really, really attractive to me, because I just lived through all of this over the past 7 or 8 months.
So it's obviously, it's helpful. It does this combination of those resources. How do you see it changing the experience of someone who previously their work previously would have been those annoying tasks? What do they now have the freedom and the time to do instead?
Yeah, I think what we're really unlocking is the ability to get more done in the place that you are, which then ultimately lets your day be more free flowing, right? So instead of the stress of, oh, maybe I forgot to actually send that email to somebody because I didn't actually click on the thing, and so I didn't see the response, or I didn't know that this document was actually supposed to be as a part of my plan, and so that I missed it, and then somebody came and told me, hey, now you have to go back in and fix it. This helps you eliminate those kinds of juggling tasks so that more things get done more quickly.
Are you seeing this for your customers at Miro, maybe, Rich, as partially like a discoverability thing as well, in terms of, I'm thinking about, because we just saw it generate a whole plan for us, right? I'm thinking about this project. Where do I get started?
It helps to resolve that cold start issue, where when you're kicking off a project or a workshop, you can use AI to really augment and help you with getting the data sort of, and what we've seen actually is when we're running workshops, for example, using AI, we're able to actually synthesize the data into meaningful outputs, which means that teams, in effect, are able to focus on getting started quicker in any project or process.
Absolutely. So we have this wonderful example with Miro. Are there any other customers that you have as an example for the audience to know that are using this software?
Yeah, certainly. So we have customers like Zoom who have the Zoom AI companion applications. They're using this data to enrich the video calls and make it easier to do things based on the stuff that you're talking about in real time. Other customers like Asana who have Asana AI.
Oh, I use Asana.
Yeah, and they're enriching it. So they're using this data to enrich the kind of tasks that you can make, so that if you're, you got a bunch of tasks and you're kind of managing them all all, and every single one has a link to something else, right? I don't think I've ever met one that doesn't.
Right.
This makes that information a lot more easy to find while you're in the app managing the task. If you're the person who's responsible for making sure that Bobby is doing the right thing and in the right place and had the task on his board, you can make sure that in the task manager he can see the things that he wants to see. But we also have another on your other screen, Rich. Just Miro's got a very intricate demo, but another part of the thing that we launched with Q Business is the ability to take that experience and embed it really easily into your web application or on your website, right? So we provide a hosted experience that requires very low code. It's just an iframe component, and it's pointed at a website that Q Business hosts for you, so it doesn't require any infrastructure.
Nice. Drop
it doesn't
into
require
HTML.
any.
That's it.
It's very, very simple to do, and you can come up with something that looks like this. Now, this is a demo city council type website where you might want to find out, for instance, when am I supposed to put out my bid?
Yeah,
really hard to find
I always
sometimes,
forget.
right? So being able to find something like that really easily without having to do all the heavy lifting of developing it is something that we're offering now with the new announcement today.
Fantastic. I mean, it sounds like this is going to do a great job of organizing things for, especially the disorganized. I would maybe consider myself to be disorganized. It sounds like maybe that's also some. Oh no, don't.
Are you making judgments about me right now?
Well, you did tell me that you are not a product manager. Dare I go so far as to assume?
You can, Fiona. Did we want to look at the poll before we have to go too? I was curious, what the numbers were.
I think we should.
Did we get some responses?
Are there poll responses? How many different applications?
There we go. Whoa, 6 plus.
6 plus.
6 plus. So what does that tell you? The fact that this audience uses more than 6 applications.
Yeah, I think that means that some of these things that we're talking about can really help folks, stay within the application and get more done during their day with less stress of less windows kind of populating your desktop screen.
I do not want to share how many tabs I have opened at any time. That's
Is it 6 plus?
information that I am not comfortable.
Is it an order of magnitude more?
Well, let's just say it's something I'm ashamed of.
It's too many.
I'm working on it.
Can you read any of the titles in the tabs? If you can't, you probably have too many.
That's too many AI.
Moving on, Bobby. How do we? What do you want to tell people? We got to go. Unfortunately, what do you want to tell people? How do they get started?
I think if you want to get started, you can head to the Amazon Q Business product detail page. That'll tell you a lot of information about how you can start with Q Business, how you can create your own Q Business application, how you can start connecting your data sources, and there is a software providers page as well on there that will tell you information about how you get started doing something like what Rich just demonstrated with Miro.
Hit up that
Fantastic.
page.
Off they go.
Thank you so much, Rich and Bobby and Fiona.
Yes, thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
Stick around.
Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back.